tent where the other discussing, which is Elachi. I think the best, if they are not happy, the best is to give a resignation letter and tell them, look, if you are not happy with this, because people running the whole night discussing a very small person like Beatrice Elachi is not fair for Nairobians. We were not elected to bring drama every day on Nairobi in Nairobi. We were elected to assist our people. I know the members are very frustrated. They are frustrated. They have loans. They have not received their salaries. I know that. But in that frustration, we can't push it that way. The country is also bleeding. We have issues of fuel. So if we mix our welfare with all this, Kenyans will come back to us again in a harsh way and wonder, what is Nairobi now telling us? So I want to plead with the members that it's always good to look at the mood of the country. It helps. It helps people to understand that we are within that mood of the country. And the mood of the country is that right now we don't have resources. And in the county assembly itself, I am told that the other allegation is this issue of the DCI and the EACC. Now, I never wrote a letter to EACC. I think when we join in as members of parliament, what we do, we sign accord with EACC. Now, this issue of the Labour Committee, all what I have done is to request, because they were seated in a press of a committee which I had signed, and therefore you are protected with the same powers. And when you are protected with those powers, what I've told EACC is let us first, as the powers and privileges, work on it, and then we shall hand over the report and give our disciplinary measures on how we have dealt with the members who of that committee. And the issue, they will have told us what really transpired, because it was an issue also raised through the media. It's not an issue that we really know. So all I want to say is that I want to plead with the leaders of Nairobi and my colleagues of Nairobi. I think it's important to sit down and we discuss.
What do you read in all these allegations?
Well, the allegations are there, and because they are in court, let me not talk about it, because they are now in court. But I mean, my allegations are very interesting allegations. When you say you have stopped people to travel, I have members who have just come from Sweden. I have members who are leaving this week. Some of them are going to China. Some of them are going to Dubai. I have signed. So I don't know. My Muslim members, we have always ensured in any of their religious trips, we have supported. And I would wish also Treasury maybe to help me. Because, you know, when you pay people on IFMIS, it's not something that is running away. It will show that we have never denied anyone to travel, as long as you are telling us this is a travel of benchmarking, this is what you are going to bring back home, and this is how it is going to support Kenya. And I think that is what the policy says. So we have never denied. By the time I was coming here, I've signed so many, even some who are going to Unga. So I am wondering which letter is this is with the PS, and here am I continuing to sign travel, and here the PS is continuing to give them the opportunity to have a letter, because this is a circular that came from public service way back, before even I joined the county assembly to become their speaker. Even as when I was a senator, we had the same circular that you must, as a civil servant, you must have permission for you to travel. And I think that is what is there.
Do you feel you still have the support of most of the MCAs?
Well, for me, the MCAs, you know, this is their life. And if you say you'll have support and you are being told you are denying them trips, you'll be lying. Because that is where they get something, they save something to come and do whatever they want to do. So it will be a lie for me. But I want to thank those who have stood with me. There are those who feel they have been pressured. But it's an issue. For me, if we have a big issue we need to face Nairobi, is to tell them this is how our county is. These are the challenges we are facing. This is where we know our people have nothing. If we discuss that in front of Nairobians, they will respect us. They will give us an opportunity to serve them better.
Mheshimiwa, those planning to impeach you also claim that you have some interest in some tenders. And that's why maybe they are also pushing for your removal.
But you see, I sit on the board with the majority leader and the minority leader. So even if you have when you're doing that deal, you have to do with them. You can't do alone. You can't say you'll have interest and they won't have interest. So the issue of tenders is neither here or there. Tenders, how much will you do tenders in the county assembly? And anyway, will you be that foolish to do tenders in the county assembly? And you are the head of that county, you'll be very foolish to do that. We have tenders in national government and we've been doing there. And you do clean business, because there's nothing wrong in Kenya to do clean business. And I have told everyone, just do clean business. Apply like any other person. If you get, do it. But I can't do it in my own county. I'll be breaching the law. And then I came in the other day. I don't think I have had even time to understand what we normally do in terms of those tenders, because there were those tenders that were for 2 years, 3 years, and you respect that. You can't come and decide, now I'm cancelling everything for me to start. I mean, it doesn't make sense, because these are services. If they are services of hotels, you can't negotiate for 1 year. You negotiate for 2 years so that you get a better bargain. So most of those services, by the time we were coming after elections, they had been done. Yeah. So it's neither here or there about. And I want to tell them also, there is no tenders. They have to wait for 3 years. Most of it are tenders of 3 years, and that's it. Even them, if that is what they feel, they're not there. Because most of what we do as county assembly is services. We are not like the executive side where you are doing implementation, where you'll have all these tenders of roads and no. Yeah.
So what do you think is the motive? Who is after?
I don't know who is after me. I don't want to say, because if all of them have signed like 109, it means all of them are after me. So there is no motive. For me, what I would want to tell the leadership, I think I've given them the respect they deserve as a leadership. I've even given them beyond. I have said, look, you can be able to sign for members, because they told me, if you sign alone, Madam Speaker, we will not have powers to our members. So I said, fine, I have no issue. You want to sign for members to travel before I sign? You do that. You select. But select within a committee. If it is a committee of trade, let them be members of that committee. But now, if we start using it as a tokenism, that this one is with this one and this one is not with this one, then we are going to mess our own county assembly. So most of the county members are in fear that if I don't do this, I won't travel. But I want to ask also the political parties and both sides, that, in the political, the majority and the minority, I want to ask Jubilee that it will be unfair if every time we have such an issue, members are de-whipped, removed from committees, members are threatened that they won't travel. It is not right. So it is the political parties also to look at the issue so that they ask themselves, is it right for members to live in the assembly with fear that they will be de-whipped from, if you don't sign for Madam Speaker to go, you are de-whipped. I don't think, and I came from a political party, so I want to ask also the political party, if you feel Elachi is not doing right the work that Jubilee gave me, then you have a right to just write to me, because I'm told it is the party stand. So I don't know if it is the party stand of Jubilee to ensure. They don't need to make the members go through all what they're going through. They just need to write. And I will respect, because it is a party. I will.
Right, that is the Nairobi County Assembly Speaker, Beatrice Elachi, talking about the plot by some members of the County Assembly to impeach her.